Yo, bro, guess what? What? Chicken dookie butt.
What the fuck is that? School mornings are pure mental torture. By Scepter. Okay, lock in.
Waking up for school in the morning is by far one of the worst possible experiences to ever happen to the average humanoid.
Bro, I won't lie, I hated waking up when it was cold as fuck. That's the worst. That's the worst. Because I know when it's winter time, I know I'm not the only one who was hitting that one move where like your mom comes to wake you up and then you pretend like you're getting up and then immediately she turns her back on you, you go back to sleep. Like you're lagging or some shit. I know I'm not the only one who did that. You did too.
Nothing is worse than getting out of your bed during ungodly hours with Kevin Durant levels of crusty eyes, a numb hand, and a pulsing migraine from the thought of having to get ready to head to Algebra 2 with Mr. Garrison. Hearing those multiple iPhone alarms send pulsating sound waves down my entire body gives me more PTSD than the Avengers witnessing Thanos pull up to Wakanda for the first time. But to really get an idea on just how terrible waking up for school mornings are, we first need to go through the multiple different stages of challenges you'll be facing from the moment you get out of bed all the way till the time your first class starts. Now, in my non-humble opinion...
Oh, wait, this reminds me of how spent I would be feeling going to the bathroom to pick up my toothbrush, apply my toothpaste on my toothbrush, and it was a struggle just to start brushing my teeth. Oh shit. I'd be bro, I was sped as fuck. I felt high. I was like, nah, I do not want to do this.
While waking up and getting out of bed is hard enough by itself, the actual gauntlet of suffering that comes as soon as you get out of your bed to start the day is so much worse. Waking up a couple minutes before your alarm is one of the worst moments of this entire experience. Because for one, after it happens, I feel like nuking anything in a 10-meter radius. But for two, after you notice you're awake earlier than you expected, you instinctively press the snooze button and start to doze off again and do the mental math on how you can afford just 5 more minutes.
Yes! So accurate.
The next time you open your eyes, it's 30 minutes before school starts, and now I have to speedrun my entire routine, and my brain immediately starts calculating how many minutes to spend on every single task. Anyone who also ends up in this situation already knows that the idea of a shower is completely unviable. You better start praying to God that you can wear your deodorant and cologne for the rest of the day without someone catching a whiff of your presence and disintegrating to atoms. But let's assume you manage to get out of bed half awake and step out of your room. The next boss level you have to deal with is the bathroom. As someone who has younger siblings, the amount of times I've gone to wash my face half awake and barely able to stand, and then come to find out that the bathroom light is both on and the door is locked is utterly criminal. After a certain point, I train my body to instinctively head to the downstairs bathroom and even move my toothbrush because there is absolutely no way.
Y'all even had a downstairs bathroom? We only had one, my nigga. One. I mean, we aren't. I mean, I don't have many siblings. I just have 2. But like, bruh.
That I was waiting 30 minutes to use the sink because someone decided to play with bath bubbles for too long. Even if I managed to get lucky and whoever was in there left early, as soon as I stepped inside, I'd find all the hot water gone, a lake on the ground, and the most insane combination of a post-toilet stench that I'd ever smelled. Once you're able to get into the rhythm of things and get your fit on, it was then time to actually head to prison. I mean school. Most people, including myself, usually went by bus or car, and then you had the minority that either walked or biked there instead. Something I want to briefly mention is the fact that once you're able to get your license/car at some point during your high school tenure, the amount of stress that you're able to put off of yourself is actually like life-saving. Not depending on anyone else to take you anywhere, especially school, is such a lifesaver, especially in these kinds of situations. I really want to put a major focus on the school bus because while I personally stopped going on it after middle school, I did not forget the absolute misery that I endured on that vehicle of chaos and destruction. Whenever the bus came to my neighborhood to pick me up, as soon as I got on it, my number one objective would
I mean, you guys are even lucky you had school buses. With us, nigga, you have to find your own mode of transport to school, my nigga. Nothing like a fucking school bus. coming to get you. Nothing like if you're walking, you're walking. You're walking your ass. Brief intermission. If you're enjoying this video, please consider supporting me on Patreon by subscribing to this tier, where you get access to my commentary video scripts, my commentary videos unreleased thumbnails. You also get access to knowledge of the next commentary video. You also get a shout out at the end of all my videos, including my reactions like this one. And you also get a bonus custom wallpaper every month made by me. So yeah, that's awesome. And I'm not forcing you to, but like, if you're feeling generous, you can instead subscribe to this tier over here, where you get everything from the previous tier, and you also get access to all my art pieces. So yeah, it's awesome. And in advance, thank you, and I really appreciate you supporting me, because like you're slowly helping me get out of the trenches over here. And yeah, without any more delays, let's get back to the video.
Always be to find an empty seat and start catching up on all the sleep I missed. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any more sleep because anytime I laid my head
and if you're walking, it doesn't, bro, if you walked, no matter what, the teachers expect you to be there on time. It doesn't matter whether you woke up like, I don't know, 2 hours late, and you have to get there on time.
Where I started taking tick damage and was just in pain until I got to school. Another reason sleep was impossible was because niggas in the back of the bus kept screaming at the top of their lungs at the worst jokes ever conceived. Yo, bro, guess what? What? Chicken dookie butt.
What the fuck is that? Bro, what the actual fuck is that? What type of crazy ass joke is that? No.
Niggas in the back of the bus kept screaming at the top of their lungs at the worst jokes ever conceived. Yo, bro, guess what? What? Chicken dookie butt.
No.
An integral part of the school morning experience is the antics of the school bus driver. The amount of goofy and insane stories that occurred while I was still a bus kid bring back some not so pleasant memories. You have two types of bus drivers. The first one is chill as hell and even has conversations with the kids up front from time to time. You walk on the bus and he nods or smiles at you and just heads to school with minimal distractions. Someone could be having a Just Dance competition in the back of the bus, and as long as they don't personally bother the bus driver, they would get us to school safe and sound without them turning their head back even once. Now, on the other side of that coin, we have the bus drivers that have more crash outs than Benson on a Wednesday afternoon.
What the heck, Rigby? What's the matter with you?
Yo, bro, Benson is the biggest crash out, bro. He's the biggest crash. Just watch this clip.
Ah! Rigby!
And I don't even blame him. Bro, Rigby rage baits like hell.
Now, I get that some people can get very tired and fed up with being at work, especially when you have to deal with kids on a daily basis, but these bus drivers would always be doing the most, especially during morning pickups. While I've had multiple crash out bus drivers over the years, there was this one driver who was like anyone I'd ever seen. He was this middle-aged black guy with a receding hairline and was 5'1", so he was shorter than most of the kids in my grade. Now, for the sake of the video, let's call him Mr. Roberts. There was one time when we were all headed to school, and per usual, some kids in the back were doing some dumb shit and caused Mr. Roberts to constantly look back and tell them to stop or they would get written up. Now, the kids in the back instantly called cap on this because they've heard that phrase way too many times and have still gotten away with stuff they did in the past, so they thought it was going to be no exception this time and they just tried to call his bluff. I don't know if something happened earlier that morning to Mr. Roberts, stubbed his toe on the way out of the bathroom or something, but that man was not playing around because he fully stopped the bus on the side of the road, got up from his chair, and proceeded to cuss out the kids in the back for 5 minutes straight. I could have sworn he was about to pop a blood vessel at any second. You want to know what the worst part was? We were quite literally 1 minute away from the drop-off zone, and our bus was within walking distance to the front door. Keep in mind, we were already running late to begin with, and these Neanderthals in the back just decided to give us a tardy all for no reason. All y'all had to do was stay quiet for 4 effing seconds, and we would have had
wow.
no issues at all. But they were like, nah, let's just keep acting like hyenas that just discovered food for the first time in 5 days. Finally, after all the tomfoolery that just occurred, we finally make it to school. So that means everything is peaceful and good now, right?
No! There's no way out of this.
The morning tomfoolery experience reaches its climax the second you enter the school building. Something I haven't mentioned that makes the school morning experience even more torturous is when you have a test in your first class of the day. The amount of last-minute study sessions I had to cram before I went to take my test are incalculable. A fear I will never forget is when I was studying to take a test the next morning and accidentally overslept before my alarm could wake me up. I swear I thought my life was over and I was about to get crucified by my parents the next day once they found out what my score was. Going back to the moment I pulled up to school, you would presume that walking directly to class would be super easy and nothing crazy or strange would happen on the way. But the school hallway has its own set of problems compared to everything else I've talked about so far. We were all aware of the people who make it their mission to make walking to class impossible by moving at 0.1 speed. It's even worse when it's multiple people doing this because there's literally a wall of niggas that you have to try to dodge through just to get to your next class on time. Once I was able to get to class and actually sit down and breathe for the first time in 2 hours, I'd just sit around waiting for us to start or talk to my friends to pass the time. Now, a majority of the time, like I said, I was just waiting at my desk because I had no energy to do anything else. And when that happened, there would always be a loud-ass group of girls in the back of the class just talking about God knows what at 7:30 in the morning.
Reminds me of that one meme. Like it's like 7 in the morning, and then like a group of girls are talking to each other like, how are you? Good, I'm fine. And how are you, nigga? Bro, that's some annoying ass shit.
Everyone around me is either hungry or sleep deprived, and these people are over here trying their hardest to one-up each other in a yelling competition. Finally, after all the BS is over, the teacher is finally ready to start actually doing something, and the school day finally starts. Overall, school mornings are just a Hunger Games brawl of brutal challenges and obstacles you have to endure on a daily basis that never actually seem to get better. And while you can do things to improve this experience, like sleeping earlier and having things ready the night before, that still never directly leads to a perfect or even smooth experience either. You just have to train yourself to push through all the pain and anguish and make sure you actually survive to tell the tale.
Hey, W fucking video by Scepter. You guys should definitely go and check him out. W video, man. But yeah, that's school mornings. But yeah, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Check out my main channel. Check out my commentary channel. Support me on Patreon. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
このディオだ